Oh hello, I'm Tina and I'm a physiotherapist and I'm going to talk to you today about office ergonomics. We're going to go through the do's and don'ts and how you know how you should be sitting, and obviously the whole point is to avoid you getting aches and pains, and I'll also give you a couple of exercises at the end of it which will help you sit better. Okay, hi Vanessa,
Hi.
My office worker is sitting here and I'm just going to tell you how you should be sitting just to avoid these aches and pains that can happen. Now the first thing you've got to do is you've got to basically decide or figure out, are you a bum sitter or are you a foot sitter? Because if you naturally, without thinking about it, like sitting back in the chair, it will basically decide how high your chair should be. Do you know what you are?
I have no idea.
Okay, well you go back and think about it.
Yeah.
If you are a bum sitter, you'll sit with your weight coming down through your bum, which means that the chair should be about 90, so your hips are about 90 degrees. And you will also need a chair that's got the support at the back, because as you're sitting back, you will need something to support you there. Okay? Now, if you are not, and some people aren't, personally I am a foot sitter. I like having the weight through my legs. Now, if that's the case, I actually need to have the chair higher. It should be so that my legs are about 100 degrees. So not 90, but 100, okay? Because I like having the weight through. Now for me, I don't ever use the backrest. Wouldn't even bother me if it's there or not, because I have the weight through my legs. Once you've decided whether you're a bum sitter or a foot sitter, and I'll pretend I'm a foot sitter now, you basically sit nice and correct, and then you bend your elbows at 90 degrees. You'll then bring the chair in, and you can see from me, because I am a foot sitter, I have the chair a little bit higher, but you can see I would actually need to bring the chair higher up, and if that's the case, I probably would need a footrest, because if I don't have a footrest and my feet are dangling, it can cause pressure underneath here and you can get tingling in your legs. Yeah. If your chair is too low, you'll basically, and I'll just bring it down a bit, you can see what happens. I'll sit like this.
Right.
Yeah. So that's not going to work either. If it's too high, yeah, I will have to bring myself down, and again it will compress my neck and cause me neck tension. Once you've sat like that for 4 or 5 hours, it will start hurting. Yeah. The hands should be working very close to the body. So if you've got a phone here, if I have to answer the phone all the time, I need to bring this closer so I can have my elbow right here. Whereas if I constantly have to do this, you can almost see what happens to my neck. I'm compressing it, and I'm having to reach. Yeah? If your chair is too low, you'll basically, and I'll just bring it down a bit, you can see what happens. I'll sit like this.
Right.
Yeah. So that's not going to work either. If it's too high, yeah, I will have to bring myself down, and again it will compress my neck and cause me neck tension. Once you've sat like that for 4 or 5 hours, it will start hurting. Right. Okay, so try and have everything that you're using all the time as close to you as possible. There's a couple that, especially for the upper body, that is really important to do. So the first one is you've got to look straight ahead, and then you've got to basically tuck your chin in, and this is like doing a double chin, but it opens up the space at the back of the neck here. You don't hold it for any length of time, it's basically just going 1, 2, 3, perfect, 4, and 5. Yeah? Okay, so that's a really good one because it opens up the space. Now the other muscle that tends to be very tight when we work in the office is the orbitopesium muscle. And by putting your hand underneath your bum, and then gently bring your head to the side, you'll feel the stretch coming down through into this area. Sometimes you don't even need to actually give an extra push with your...
I feel it,
Yeah, exactly. And whenever you stretch a muscle, you've got to hold it to the count of 20. Because they say that it takes about 16 seconds for a muscle to register that it's being stretched, and then obviously you ease off, and then you repeat that 3 times. And each time you hold it to the count of 20. Okay? And the other one is just the general sort of shoulder blade. Really just roll them, get all those crunchy things out of the way. Right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just 10 of those. And the main one is the one where you go backwards, because you'll be spending a lot of time being forward.
Right.
So we really want just to open up the chest area. And one would say that this one, anytime you feel like it. This one, I would say anytime you feel like it. With the stretching, I would probably do that maybe 2 or 3 times a day if you are really feeling that things are quite tight.